Welcome to MCC Today. Writer's strike, not affecting us.
We got this.
We're turning the tables, rewriting the rules, letting the world know that success is not reserved for the privileged few. Every dreamer, every believer, every fighter has a chance to rise above. Together, we will find your path and change your future. No matter who you are, no matter where you come from, at Meridian Community College, you are worth it. Now is your time. Find your wings.
Hello and welcome to MCC Today. And as you can probably tell since I'm over here, we were also affected by the writer's strike. So I'm here with everybody's favorite host, Lowell Martin. And since nobody wanted to come on down and join us, we are just going to banter for the full 30 minutes. So we don't know what's going to happen here. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to learn a lot of stuff. And we're just going to go off the cusp here. Lowell,
Yes.
how are you doing?
I'm doing well, and yourself? This is unusual
great.
for me, being on this side. We've done it a couple of times before when you interviewed me, and it just feels weird over here.
So, tell us.
I think this is my best side.
That might be your best side. I know this is not my best side. The whole camera over here, I'm better on that side over there. So tell us what's been going on in the world of Lowell Martin.
Not a lot really. We, been working all summer, teaching classes all summer, working. We've moved into the new Success Center. Hopefully we'll have a big special about that coming up. It is very, very, very nice.
Very nice.
It is very nice. All the computers they're brand spanking new. We've gotten to the point in the old Success Center with the old computers that we couldn't update them anymore. They would not take Windows 11.
Out of date.
So it's like, what to do. But the new area will have a very large Success Center, then it will have a writing center and a math lab and all new computers and just a very, very comfortable area. Hopefully it will be very conducive to studying. That's what we're looking for.
So to have a writing center, so your
Yes.
writers are not on strike.
No, but our writers are of the student variety.
Yes.
So they wouldn't get paid anyway.
I saw you the other day, you were moving your own stuff on over to this, so you're a mover too.
Yes.
How did that go in this 100-degree weather we're having?
It was very nice. It was very nice. My heart goes out to anyone who has to do that a lot. And that's with anyone who is out in the heat a lot. So I am lucky enough to be air conditioned most of the time, which is very good. We went to all new furniture. So we had to empty out everything in our offices. We couldn't bring any filing cabinets or my old desk that I've had 20-something years.
Did you find any like old candy bars in there?
I found a lot of old pictures.
Old pictures.
So one day I should bring them sometime to show, that yes, at one point I had a waist. Yes.
Still no hair?
I was thinner. There was hair.
There was hair.
There was hair. It wasn't on my head. I had a big mustache.
A mustache.
Yes, this was when I was teaching in Saudi Arabia, which I did before I came here.
Wow.
At MCC. So while I was over there, I grew a mustache because everyone was doing it, so why not?
Exactly.
And I'm a follower.
So let's talk a little bit about the old Student Success Center that you've moved out of over in Montgomery above the cafeteria over there. How long were you guys over there for?
Oh, at least 20 years.
20 years.
Yes.
What was some of those fond memories that you had to pack up and take with you over there? Anything come to mind?
Not really. I get to the point now where things just kind of flow together. I love it when students come back by and say thank you, whether it's for doing well on a paper, or we have a number of students that will come and say, look, hey, I got into this program, and that really makes me feel good. And so I appreciate that as always. when they do. And we have a lot, we really do make good connections with our students, whether it be people who are forced to go there because of study halls, or they're just, a lot of returning students who have been out of school for a long time and they're very, very nervous. I think we're just a very calm place that they know they're going to get help. And it's always good to have that, and to when they return and they say, hey, you know, you really helped us. Absolutely. I don't think, and I don't think I would have made it without y'all. And I'm like, I'm sure you would have, but I'm glad you came.
Exactly. So, new Student Success Center, just
yes,
right directly above where we are shooting the show right now. It's got the library,
yes,
advisors,
yes,
student success.
Yes.
Talk about how helpful that's going to be, having all of those in one location now.
Well, we are getting into a more of a mentoring model of where we want to really be there for the students, and not just as far as advising, not just hand them a schedule and say go, but the advisors will actually now be able to talk. You know, if a student's having difficulty with something, we have a couple of systems in place where they are flagged, and the advisor can, you know, talk to them and just then bring them out to the Success Center and say, well, hey, here it is. And they've already had a number of students that will just come to sign up for classes, and then the advisor will bring them out and say, this is the Student Success Center. Make sure you come and get help if you need it. And I think that's going to be very beneficial. And of course, the library being right there, where any kind of papers due, any kind of, you know, just quiet time that you need, you know, to read or study or whatever, it's going to be there and available.
So speaking of that, there's more than enough room. I've been up there, but tell our viewers who haven't yet, like if you want to go up there and you just want to read a book and study, it's separate from the Success Center. So you've got that side over there that'll help you with you and your lovely staff. And then if you just want to go up there, read, do some homework, do some studying, you've got a whole nother side to yourself on that side.
That's the place to be. It is separate. It's separate, but there's no dividers. You go in, and you know the first thing you see on the right is going to be a hall of offices, and that will be the advising center or advising area. And you go in there, and depending on your major, they go through everything with you, get you set up, tell you what prereqs you need, and get you started with all of that. And as I said, they come out and show the library and the Success Center. You can keep going. On the left side is going to be the library. They do not have as many books as they did because they basically had to reduce by about half. Right. But you still have a magazine section, you still have fiction books, you still have nonfiction books, you still have all kinds of catalogs and things like that to be able to look up for papers that you're writing for nursing, for PTA, for respiratory therapy. And then this, obviously, actually the Success Center will have 60 computers. I believe it's 60 computers, and approximately 20 in the writing center, approximately 20 in the math lab, and then the rest in the Success Center. And we also have areas if you want to just bring your own device. Okay, we'll have areas in the back for group study if you want to. There's also in the library area, there's study rooms if you want to get together with someone and go in there and study. We've got the place.
All right. Well, we've got the wrap-up sign here, so this is the first part of our segment. We'll come right back, and it's going to be us for the full 30 minutes.
Get ready.
You get to see our glorious faces. So we'll be right back after a word from our sponsors, who is us.
MCC costs less and gives you more. Are you ready to jumpstart your career but don't have the time for a traditional 4-year degree? Meridian Community College can have you workforce ready in as little as 1 semester. We have workforce programs ranging from 1 semester to 2 years with experienced instructors and hands-on training that will help you gain the skills you need to succeed and start earning a paycheck sooner. Find your wings at Meridian Community College.
And we just got the countdown from our wonderful executive producer back there, Tanisha Clark. And we're back here with me and Lowell as we go over just campus life in general, everything that's going on. And after we came back from break here, we were talking a little bit about Achieve the Dream. So, Lowell, tell us about Achieve the Dream.
Well, we are part of a group called Achieve the Dream, which what that does is it basically looks at our numbers, looks at, how many people we're having graduate, how, percentages of, and looking at male, females, the different races. And what we're trying to do is really dive down into the numbers and see if in the areas that we're not doing as well as we should be doing, what we can do to make that better. Gotcha. And so we have been doing this, we're going on just a year now, and we're going to start rolling out some stuff to hopefully start bringing those graduation numbers up. Gotcha. And those participation numbers up. And one of the biggest things was combining the advising, Success Center, and library. That was one big thing that we're hoping will help so that people will come to us before everybody has problems. Right. And nowadays it just seems like you're being pulled 40 million different ways, but we want people to know resources are available and to actually put them in touch with those resources as much as possible.
When I was a college student, I was always afraid to just reach out and get some help whenever I needed to. But now it's all in one location up here, doing everything we can to just try and help the students here.
We have a pantry where if you need food, it's there's there.
I walk by it every day, and I'm tempted to go in there. But
and it is for
out.
anyone here on campus.
Yes.
We're getting more into offering mental health resources, which I am very excited about, and I hope that we're able to do more of. And it's sometimes it's just one little thing that's preventing a student from coming, and we don't want them to give up.
Right.
And as I said, we look at the numbers and we look at how many people we're graduating. Just imagine if we could bring and have 80% of the people who start here graduate. 80% graduate. Just imagine what effect that would have on this community.
Right.
And I think it would help the economy. It would help just those families. It's a very good program to be a part of.
So you've been here 25 plus years?
Yes.
And I've been here 5+ years. And just in my 5 years here, I've seen a lot of change. I'm sure you've seen way more change than I have here. But just things that were going on over the summer. They redid some of the stuff in Hardin. They're doing some stuff in Smith. They just put the Student Success Center up top of here. They're going to redo some stuff in Montgomery. Here in right here in the Todd Hall basement down here, they're going to kind of do some honors college stuff over in here.
Yes.
And then build some stuff across the street. So just so many different projects going on. How does that make you feel after 25 plus years of being here, just seeing all of these different things happening at MCC?
I'm very proud. I'm very excited. A lot of emotions with that. We look at, let's just say, you remember when you started here and what the studio looked like?
Yes. I do
From the 1970s.
Which was great, for the time and everything. But when we got here, we figured, needed revamping, and that's kind of what we did.
And it puts a little pep in your step when you're part of you're in a new facility and things are looking really good and things are spruced up, and I really think that helps. And I can say the same thing about the Success Center, because we're getting ready for the future. We're getting our students ready for the future. You look at the Career Technical Building and many of the things that they're doing there with industrial maintenance and with welding and with and they have the resources available to show the students what's out there now in industry. And I think that's very important, and we want to continue being on the cutting edge of that. MCC has always been on the cutting edge of many of those things, whether it was tuition guarantee.
Absolutely.
Because I was here when we started that.
Yes.
And they thought we were crazy. And now, how many community colleges? There's a number of community colleges have the tuition guarantee.
Yes.
But as I said, I remember us doing it, and we have always been on the cutting edge of new technology, new techniques, and I think these new facilities will help that.
Right.
With the Honors College, we've got a wonderful group of people, and we've had some really good, great donations, and who are interested in making that a very good, usable space. We've got, in the back of the library, the back of this building, is going to be converted into, looking like an outdoor cafe and looking out.
Oh yeah, I did hear about it. Yes.
It is going to be. I'm just ready for a coffee
Talk
shop.
about food trucks and things like that. That might be
Yes.
coming, and don't
Yes.
quote me on it, but could possibly be around here soon. And just so many different things happening on campus to just give it, that facelift that want to attract students. But then just talking about classes and some of the equipment that these classes are doing. I've been down to Workforce lately, and just some of the upgraded equipment that they've gotten, and looking at some of the enrollment they have, and just students galore down there, just getting some hands-on training. They can get out of here in a year and a half, and stay for 2 years. We would love for you to stay the full 2 years and be here with us, but just so many great things happening here at MCC. So we also talk about, we got great things across the street that's about to happen.
Oh
So
my
we looked at
goodness,
some of the
yes.
renderings that was sent to us in an email, and softball, tennis complex.
Yes.
I saw some of the drawings myself and everything. Might be a little kids playground that might be out there, and just talk about having that here across the street, how that will bring even more people here to MCC.
Well, right, softball has always, they've had to use facilities in other areas, like at the park and things like that. So it's good to have a facility here because these are a great group of ladies, and they really work hard, and they're very diligent, and I think it's just wonderful that we're going to have a facility here. More people can go and see the games. More, it's just going to be better. And as far as the tennis, I believe, and please don't quote me on this, but I believe that because of the number of
We didn't have enough courts here on
we didn't have
campus,
enough
so we couldn't host things.
We could not host things. Now we'll be able to do that.
Absolutely.
We've always had a wonderful tennis team. So just in that is going to be wonderful and change stuff. The lighting that has that they've done, and as I said, it's a needed facelift.
Right.
And sometimes you need that puts that extra pep in your step when you're walking. It's like you're starting to exercise and you're getting that that energy going.
Extra motivation.
Extra motivation, especially for some of us who've been here a long time.
Well, we're going to cut to our final commercial break here, and then we'll be right back to talk more about campus. Stay tuned.
Thank you to the teachers for encouraging me when I wasn't sure where to start, for seeing my potential even when I didn't, for inspiring me to reach farther and try harder.
Thank you, MCC. You helped me change my future.
Find your wings at MCC.
And I'm told that we are back. And
Yes.
as you can see, I was about to take a drink out of nothing. It's just a bunch of tools inside of here. Getting a behind-the-scenes look here at MCC Today. Let's talk a little bit about MCC Today. And you've been hosting the show 3-4 years,
Yes.
almost as long as I've been here. And just talk about what you've seen out of this show and what you would like to see us do going forward.
Oh my goodness. When I started this, the very good friend who was the previous host, Lacey Johnson, loved that woman. That woman, she was absolutely wonderful, but she had reached a point where she was starting to think of retirement and starting, so she's like, I'm ready to pass the baton. And so we had, I had to come, and my interview, I think, for this position was interviewing her on the old furniture. And I think we had a sofa over here that had seen better days, and goodness knows what was in it, what kind of critters. But she was so giving and so wonderful. And I decided, I'm like, it's one of those things where you before you know what goes on, you're like, I think I could do that, and I think that's going to be really wonderful. And then you kind of get into it, and it wasn't exactly what I thought it would be, but it was a lot more. If that makes sense.
Absolutely.
And with y'all's help, because they cut a lot.
The blooper reel on Lowell will That we could go viral for that. So,
But I have a lot of fun with that. And I have a lot of fun with the students who are here because this is part of the broadcasting program. And our first year students in broadcasting are the ones who are actually manning the cameras.
cameras, controls,
They're
sound,
doing-
lighting, everything.
They're doing all of it. So I feel that it is a victory if I can make them laugh.
Yes.
And that's
And they do laugh a lot.
They do laugh,
Yes.
and we have a good time with it. But also, I do try to remember that this is professional, and we want to get things done in a timely fashion. And so it was. I did not like seeing Lacey go, but it was just wonderful that I was able to kind of take the mantle and have fun with the show, and that's what I'm doing. I'm having fun with the show.
So, as much fun as you're having, there's some things that we're obviously looking to possibly expand on here, hopefully in the near future. These are some things that just been racking my brain of things that we can do. You can't really see it over here, but we do have a blue screen, which would be perfect to do weather. If we have anybody interested in meteorology, we can definitely do a whole weather segment. We've got different backdrops over here where you can do some interview segments. We also have the capability of going out anywhere on campus that we can plug into the internet. We could just do a live interview. So if Coach Suddeth was out on the baseball field, we could just cut to him live out there and then just come back. And speaking of live, we've always talked about possibility of doing a live show for MCC Today where the students can get the knowledge of not just recording it and then putting it up after the fact and things
And being
like
able
that.
to edit out little errors.
Yes, but being able to actually just take it live, and we would possibly start that by we have TVs around campus where we would just go around campus live first and just start small, get our feet wet that way, and just once they get more accustomed to it, actually doing a full-on live show where we trade out guests real quickly, we get all the titles ready and everything switched perfectly. And what are your thoughts on a live show?
We've been discussing this for a little while now, so I'm excited about it and also nervous about it because I don't get tongue-tied. I don't get
There he goes.
I don't get tongue-tied a lot, but when it happens, it's not good. But I think it's very exciting. I think and it would give experience to the students because they need that kind of experience on the different things that they're going to be doing. I look forward to being able to go out. I would love to be able to go out and do a man on the street interview.
Absolutely.
And I just think that would be a lot of fun. And one of my biggest strengths, I think, is just talking to people and just trying to make them not be as nervous, because a lot of times when we have guests, when I ask them to be on the show, they're absolutely terrified. And invariably afterwards they're like, it was okay.
Absolutely. Once you get them in here, you talk to them, they tell me that was 7.5 minutes. It just flew right on by, and we're just like,
and
we take care of you down here.
Yeah, and that's what I'm glad of, and I'm thankful for. And but with everything, you want to kind of keep changing and keep trying new things. Not everything's going to work. Not everything's going to but doesn't mean you can't learn something from it and move forward. And that's what I want to do.
Right. So before we wrap up this very impromptu episode of what we've done here, and looks like we're going to reach that 30-minute goal that we were trying to get, 2023-2024 MCC season is upon us. It's about to start here next month. Students will be back. Tell me, what is your ultimate goals for the upcoming year?
I have always wanted us to be the place for information about what's going on campus. I have always wanted us to be the #1 place that people can go to learn what's happening. And that has been my goal these past few years, and it continues to be my goal. And we're getting there.
Yes.
Slowly but surely, we're getting there. We have a commitment from Career and Technical that they will have 1 guest per week for all of the fall and all of the spring. I am looking to get the same commitment from a couple of student engagement. I want to get more university transfer teachers on. We have a little issue with the timing of the interviews, because a lot of times when we do our show, they're in class. So if we could just do it on another day, perhaps, because I want people to know and see the people who are teaching these classes and why these classes are important or why these programs are important. And I think that's it's a good community service.
Right. And the amount of information that you learn from this show, just in my 5 years of being here, just rotating out the teachers, the faculty, the staff, everybody that comes down here, and then the 30-minute shows that we do with Dr. Milner, the president. Just, you get so much information from this show, and I think everybody can benefit from listening to our wonderful host, Lowell Martin here.
There is a lot of stuff going on this campus. We help not just within the college, but we help our community a lot. And I don't think enough of a spotlight is put on that. We're the quiet, we do a lot, but we're kind of quiet about it. And I would like for us to be a little bit more out there and upfront and saying, here, this is what we're doing, and this is why it's going to be beneficial, and this is how it's going to help you. So, come on in and see what we're about.
Well, we got the wrap-up sign.
Yay.
We got one more commercial for you, then we'll be back to sign off here on MCC Today.
Not essential. Never let anyone tell you that again. Never doubt your abilities to make a difference. How do I know this about you? Because I'm a teacher. I am the one who will push you harder and farther than you could have ever imagined. Teach you things that you never thought possible. And if you will give me 100%, then I will stand shoulder to shoulder with you, and together we will change your future. MCC, find your wings.
On behalf of my wonderful host here at MCC Today, Lowell Martin, I'm executive producer Matthew Milner. We've got executive producer back there, Tanisha Clark, and hopefully our students will all be back here next month. We thank you all for watching today's impromptu episode of MCC Today. Hope you learned some things, and we will see you next week.
See you next week.